Welcome, everybody, to the 45th episode of the Take Aim Gamescast. I'm your host, Scott Mills, the Microsoft/PC expert. And on my left, I've got Brett Wolf, the PlayStation expert.
What's up, guys?
And on my right, I've got Eric King, the Nintendo expert / a little bit everything expert, and sometimes newsman, maybe transitioning. Onto our...
I got a lot of tourney action going on today.
Yes, tournament action. We'll have to discuss that.
Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble today.
Nice. Well, I hope you win. That would be pretty cool. Then we'd have a famous person on our podcast. That would be pretty cool.
I expect a pretty cool action.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, and special guest, first time in the introductions for the podcast, Dominic Gennaro.
That's true. I did sneak in the last.
Yeah,
friend of the
snuck
show.
into the drawings.
What's his
Top viewer.
Yeah, how many friends of the show we got that showed up on us so far?
We've got four.
Five?
Five?
Yeah, I think it's
Five now, right?
Yeah, we've
How
had
many
Sean,
intro like that?
Jared, Nick was on one.
Nick.
Oh, Nick was
Dominic,
I forgot. Nick. Wasn't Nick
and
on?
Colin. Yeah.
Wasn't Nick on his laptop the whole time?
Yeah. I'm trying to engage him into talking, and he's just like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he talked about Crackdown 3 for maybe 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, he was hyped for that game.
Yeah.
I remember that. And Quantum Break, he was hyped for that game too. 2016.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So let's jump into the results from our week one, the first quarter
Scott's
of
been
the
waiting
first
2 weeks for
round
this.
of the tournament.
I've been dreading this.
This was, I was pretty happy with some of the results here. So let's share. The first one that we talked about was Ghost of Tsushima, and I was even propping it up, and I wasn't even supposed to be, because I said, oh, it's our number one seed. It was the first game we drew. And then it was going up against Fable, and Fable ended up winning the vote.
Dude,
3
bring it up to
votes
the
to
thing.
2. So we had 5 people vote on that one on Twitter.
Well, he's gonna put it up in the video.
And I was very happy about it because I really...
People would be really excited to see it. So.
I
Yeah.
really just installed
You
it
can keep
for
it there though,
Fable,
that Scott can reference it.
and I think it's great. So, and I
What's
don't
Xbox looking
have
like?
much anything with Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, he's going through.
Yeah. So the second matchup was Red Dead Redemption 2 versus Grounded, and this one was a unanimous decision.
Blowout
For Red Dead Redemption 2. And yes, I did vote on all of these myself, so I
Yeah, I was a little
Red Dead.
shocked that Red Dead was a complete sweep when
Yeah.
you voted.
That was-
That was weird.
Yeah, that was kind of different too.
Yeah.
I don't even know what round it is.
It's like a
Me neither. I just knew it has
survival
wolf
game
spiders in
where you're like shrunk. It's like you're in the backyard and you're
It's like a Bug's
little
Life.
person,
Yeah, like a Bug's Life. There you go.
or like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something like that.
Except you're humans killing the bugs.
Yeah.
Those kind of bugs.
But Xbox's weak library, of course, that made it to.
Oh, the weak
10.
library that looks like it. What PlayStation's? But how many times in the first round?
Well, twice. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I have
the
some thoughts
third
on the next
matchup, we had Bloodborne
Oh
going
my
up against
God.
Halo Combat Evolved,
Bloodborne won, right?
and Bloodborne did not win.
Now,
Halo had, so I think there were 13 votes on this one, which all the other matchups had only 5.
13.
Yeah, 13 whole.
Man.
can I
I thought
explain
Bloodborne
why?
was going to be an early
Yeah,
favorite
go ahead.
when we were
People
starting.
like Halo.
No,
more.
because Scott retweeted it, and somehow
After you retweeted yours.
an
That's
Xbot picked it up and then voted on it and retweeted it to his 8,000 followers, and the other Xbots jumped in.
Well, let me say real quick, I think Scott just retweeted it. I think you quote tweeted it and said, "Vote if you like Bloodborne, vote for this, please."
I think people will be more hyped.
Scott was
For,
very neutral.
I think people will be more hyped for a Bloodborne remaster than I understand Halo Combat Evolved already got remastered with the Master Chief Collection, but I mean, come on.
Well,
Like, and I like it. I played
did
Halo
share-
Combat Evolved on the original Xbox.
I
I
shared
played
the
it.
Metacritic
Gotta make a better
score.
argument.
It
I'm
was,
sure-
I'm
I'm
sure
I-
all those Xbox
I
fans
mean, you,
watched our show and listened to your
I mean, it was a tough matchup. I get it, but
Yeah.
I still think Bloodborne's still one of the best games on the PlayStation library, and
Yeah, I thought it was an
It's a
early
good
favorite
game.
going into the tournament.
it just went up against the
Out round one.
but hey, you know we
But right there was Grounded.
hey, all is fair. The audience
Same level is grounded.
the
I don't
audience
even know what
voted on
Bloodborne
it.
is.
So
That's that true.
Yeah, I mean 97 on Metacritic.
Hey,
It's not like it lost to a bad game.
Yeah, it's
I know
not
it's one of your
You
favorite
sound
games
sorry,
ever,
too.
so I'm sorry that you lost one of your favorite
Why are you
games.
sorry? Isn't
Well,
the
it was one
purpose
of
to
his
beat him?
favorite games.
And I got
in
the
first
platinum
round.
in it,
If
too.
anything, say next time make a better argument. PlayStation's going down again.
Sucker.
That's right.
All's fair.
Okay, and then the last matchup, we had two PlayStation games going
Yeah, I got
up against
gypped.
each other. We had Shadow of the Colossus, which is another one of your favorite
It
games, going up against Uncharted 4. And Shadow of the Colossus won with 3 votes to 2. So
Yep.
that was another
Well,
close one.
I think Eric's argument didn't really help Uncharted with his rebuttal.
Who voted for
It
Uncharted?
did not.
I think you talking smack about your own game Uncharted didn't help Uncharted.
No, I just had to pick 10 PlayStation games. That was the highest rated Uncharted game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Eric voted Uncharted, and me and Brett went Shadow of the Colossus, and then one other person went Shadow of the. I think my brother went Shadow of the Colossus
Has
because
he
he
played it
was the
before?
last of the 5 people that voted.
How crazy would it be if it turns out
I'm not
that
sure if
voted
he
for
played
Fucking
Uncharted?
numbers, yeah. We gotta make it look like
Oh,
everybody's
jeez.
voting. Like we got like a ton of votes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
we're
think-
gonna-
I think it was like
Yes.
170.
Yeah,
something,
170
like,
votes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, so that was it for our first quarter of games there, the first 8. Now we're on to the bottom half of this left bracket. And we've got 4 matchups here. So for our first matchup, since neither of me or Brett had played Grand Theft Auto 5, and Eric
played it?
has
I
to
never played it.
argue for Metroid Prime,
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to bring in Dominic, who is our Grand Theft Auto 5 expert here.
Bless you.
Thank
To-
you.
To,
Finally somebody
both,
said something.
to both him and Metroid Prime. Bless you. Because you're going to need it.
Alright, so.
Alright, so who's gonna start?
Start at the
I guess,
top.
yeah, start with the top.
Well,
GTA
I guess
5.
Well, let's name all the rest of them. Let's kind of get the synopsis. Who else we got? What
Oh,
else?
okay.
What matchups we got going on?
It's gonna be the second matchup will be Ocarina of Time versus Marvel's Spider-Man.
One or 2? Is there 2 of them?
Well, there's only one. There were Spider-Man games that I think came out with the
Miles
Tobey
Morales?
Maguire movies.
Yeah,
or
it's kind of
whatever.
like those, like.
that were
yeah.
older.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But this is like the
2018
newest
one.
one, the 2018 one that Sony put out there. That's not related to any movies that went out. They went with their own Spider-Man. story.
Yeah.
Didn't there, does 2 not come out with that?
It's coming out in November.
November.
October.
October, sorry.
Same thing.
Yeah.
What else we got going
Quarter
on over there? What's he doing?
Third matchup
Oh,
is
the Metacritic.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps versus Tears of the Kingdom.
That's gonna be broad.
That was for towards Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Well, I mean, it's hard to argue for a game you haven't beaten.
It's true.
Yeah.
And the fourth matchup will be Halo 2 versus Forza Horizon 5. And since I can't argue for both Xbox games, we're going to have Eric do Forza Horizon 5. And he has more
Oh,
experience
shit.
with
Yeah,
Forza.
I'm doing every game.
You have a heavy-
I'm doing every
Yeah, you have.
matchup?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
give
to
a heavy quarter.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't prepare for a single one.
Did you ever have a wheel? I could see you having a racing wheel.
I played on it before, but no, I never had one.
I could see Nick having a whole
I
setup,
wish
a whole
one of one,
bedroom.
but I don't want to fucking drop like $400 on a damn racing wheel.
I could see Nick turning like one of your parents.
They're like so
PlayStation
fun
one.
though, like the feedback and shit on them.
I had one for like NASCAR, like 98.
Yeah, they were cool back in the day.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we'll start with Dominic then.
All right.
So Dominic, yeah, go ahead.
Yep,
Scott.
you're gonna have 1 minute to argue for Grand Theft Auto 5. You can say bad things about Metroid Prime or good things for Grand Theft Auto 5.
I'll start it. You focus on your talk. So when we begin, I'll start it.
Grand Theft Auto 5. What's there not to say? We have a PlayStation expert here. How many copies of PlayStation 4 and 5 did Sony sell?
154. Well, I don't know. How many?
About 150 some million. Well, Grand Theft Auto alone is sitting at 180, which is crazy because the Metroid Prime, the whole Metroid series is sitting around 22. The whole series, every game that they've sold, I think is around 22. So just Grand Theft Auto 5 alone at 180. What was the fastest growing game to $1 billion?
Call of Duty.
Grand Theft Auto 5. If you go to Twitch, what game has the highest viewers?
Call of Duty.
Grand Theft Auto 5. It's crazy to think how much money they're still making and how big the game is. And since we like Metacritic, what's the ratings on that game?
I think it's pretty low. I think it was out of time.
Oh, touche.
You're
Well,
allowed to
since
say
nothing
that
that I'm
you
gonna
can
say,
do it,
nothing, well, anything that I say right now can't be used against me. I don't actually know what the ratings are.
I think they're pretty solid.
I do too.
They're not as good as Metroid, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, let's-
All right, make it
We
mine.
have it.
Don't get it.
All
We
right,
have it.
so 1 minute.
Well, he just said something. You gotta start it when he says something.
That's
What was
right.
he talking about it?
Huh?
He said not as good as Grand
We'll
Theft
take
Auto.
2 minutes
I
or 2
forgot.
seconds.
No.
Oh, you're up. You
Okay.
go. Yeah,
Okay, 2
Okay,
seconds.
go ahead. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead. So, yeah, if we're so worried about sales numbers, I don't really give a shit about sales numbers. I mean, there's a lot of games with good sales numbers. Minecraft's probably got the most sales numbers of all time, I'd imagine, or it's right up there with fucking Grand Theft Auto. I don't consider Minecraft one of the greatest games. That'd be on the list if we were fucking talking about sales numbers here. Sales numbers. You want to come up with sales numbers? Metroid is like one of the greatest. Back when that game came out, the graphics on that game, back in
What was that?
6th gen, console 6th gen, that was some of the best graphics out for a game. This game's like so unique. There's no other game like this game. This is one of the best games to go from
That's
side
cool.
scroller to 3D and be as successful as it was. 97 on Metacritic. I mean, who's gonna argue that? I mean, this game is fucking amazing. I'm not telling.
No, he's not.
Quite.
It's a couple more seconds, but it's okay.
Alright.
Arguments aside and whatnot, what is Grand Theft Auto on Metacritic?
It's up there. It's really good.
Probably like a 90.
I was like a 98 or like a. But,
I think it's a 95.
Do you want to look it up, Eric?
No.
well, no,
I mean, if we got him saying 98, and you saying I'm more inclined to believe Brett right now. And if 97 is what you think is the
Oh, you
I
have,
mean,
you have
we
your,
gotta save
please
this
got
for
your
the
bottle.
I don't have my phone in front of me. It's not
30
fair. He's
30
literally
seconds.
looking stuff up in real time.
All right, Dominic.
Wow.
30 seconds on your mark.
Oh, I got a rebuttal.
If you want, yeah, you don't have to. Go ahead.
What year did Metroid Prime come out? I don't know, and neither do you. And you're gonna have to look it up. Something I can't do. So the statistics that I'm doing
Are you
is
rapping?
Yeah, he's rapping. Sorry.
Metroid Prime is not the time for me to discuss. I don't know what I can't rhyme, and you just derailed me. What's there to say? I mean, billions of dollars per year. It probably makes more money than per year than most Nintendo games gross in total. So I mean,
Okay. Time's up.
that's
Yeah.
a weak rebuttal. Y'all just went for me, and then you started talking halfway through.
I said you were rapping.
All right, go ahead.
You better do something. You better do the same exact thing.
Start.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing unique about GTA. It's kind of just like real life. If I want to do like some real life shit, I can go fucking steal a car out on the
Rapping
street.
going on.
I'm doing the same argument as last week. What game was that I was arguing with last week?
What?
A few.
I think it was Grounded. I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
can still
Oh,
some
yeah.
ants in real life. I can go steal a car in real life if I want to. You can't go fucking. You can't have a fucking cannon fucking for an arm in real life. I mean, if I want, I'm playing video games. I want to do some shit I can't do in real
Done.
life.
Did you ever beat Metroid?
Who's that?
Ooh.
What's the matter? I haven't beat any of these games.
Got some extracurricular. Strike those
Can we
comments
look at the
from the
Metacritic?
record.
Because I can't. It's not fair if I don't have my phone and he's looking up his
What
stuff.
if- We'll do
This
it
is how I
offline.
have to
I
do
look at
whatever
They're
you
All right,
both,
we'll do
they're,
it.
they're both 97.
We'll do it offline.
Okay. I already looked it up. They're both 97.
All right, so we have Ocarina of
Okay.
Time with Eric, and then I'll be doing Marvel Spider-Man. So I'll time for you and
Yeah,
then
that's
time for me.
bullcrap. I got fucking
Eric,
do
I
all
can
4
do-
games today. I ain't fucking.
Well, I need my phone.
And this is
right
where
now,
Eric
but-
needs a 30-second timeout so he can do some research because he about to get spanked.
Yep.
Oh man, Ocarina's gonna be tough though, 'cause I like that game too.
You go ahead. I'll go second
That's
all
the one
day
with the-
today.
Okay, well I need my phone now.
I got a lot of games to do.
Yeah,
So.
but I have notes.
Oh, okay.
No, you can use that as a time. You can't be
no.
using no notes.
Yeah, we can. Me and Scott did. Good.
Alright.
I forgot my paper notes for today, but I remember what I wrote down.
Have you ever been a guest on the
Yeah, I'll
show?
fucking bring
Yes.
notes. Let you guys fucking just looking stuff up.
Our first
online.
like what are we like maybe 3 months. Okay, so Marvel Spider-Man came out in 2018. easily the best Spider-Man game you ever played. Sony gave Marvel a chance to make the game. Xbox said they didn't even want it. So the web slinging, I think, is super awesome. Like, who doesn't want web slinging throughout the city? And it's so seamless and so much fun to do. Like, I could play hours of just web slinging through the city. I mean, how cool is it just to play an awesome superhero game? We've seen some other superhero games come out and they weren't even that good. Avengers was awful. But you see the time and effort Sony put into that game with Insomniac. The fast travel is kind of like, you would think in other games kind of boring. You're just a black screen, loading screen. But you travel like through the subway and like he's kind of like doing like different poses, kind of like a little funny moment. Mm-hmm. The villains I thought were pretty cool with Doc Ock. And now it's done so well that now they're making a second one with Venom, which they teased at the end of the first Spider-Man. Also, a great Metacritic score, great game. Looking forward to the next game.
I got a question. You mentioned something. Yeah. Does Sony own Spider-Man's rights?
Mm-hmm.
They own it for the film. Like film rights, Sony owns it, but not like Marvel owns it for the gaming rights.
So they went to Xbox first, even though Sony owned the movies.
Yes. Yeah, you can look at the article. They didn't want it. So Marvel went to Sony. You back me up, right, Scott? That's
Yeah,
correct?
that was,
No, I believe
Would
it.
Sony- would Sony
That's
like
like,
gotten
was
that
money?
seems weird that they wouldn't go like
Would
straight to
Sony
it.
have gotten like royalties on it?
it was
if
a
was on
different
Xbox?
time for Xbox.
No, because they only own the film rights to it.
So that's why I was that
Yeah.
makes sense. I knew they owned the film rights.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they owned.
No,
the
Marvel owns everything else besides the film. Obviously, Sony will never sell it. But yeah, they own the film rights for it. So yeah, Marvel went to Xbox. They don't want it, and then they came to Sony and Sony's, well, we have Insomniac. They can do it, and then yeah, here we are. So I don't know how long the deal lasts for, but it made a lot of money for Marvel, so they'll probably just keep it the way it is. Probably Sony paid a lot of money for it too. So
It's Xbox buys Marvel.
I'm ready. Where you going now?
oh, that's not.
Wow.
Like when it's pregnant, those fucking cucks. All right.
Alright, go. I mean, one of the greatest soundtracks of any game of all time is Ocarina of Time. I mean, it's got the greatest Metacritic score of all time. Iconic weapon, the Master Sword. Iconic characters, Zelda, Link, Ganondorf. The Ocarina, that shit is fucking iconic. You were talking about villains and stuff in Spider-Man. I mean, those aren't even video game characters. Those are movie characters and show characters. We got video game characters in this game. We got video game swords. We got Link's run. That's fucking iconic, dude. But, yeah. That's just iconic. But
One more.
what else we got?
What else we got, Eric?
This one more. Oh,
I'm so fucking not doing anything. I don't fucking know. Yeah, it's just iconic. I mean,
Done.
what can I say?
Okay.
what was that grunt again for the viewers?
Yeah.
Yep.
You had the three. I think you got it last time. Okay. All right. Okay.
That's gonna never beat it.
He's got nothing
There
bad
you
to
go.
say about Ocarina.
That's gonna never beat it.
Yeah, so I think Eric's argument was kind of just like, it's a video game, so it's awesome. Well, so is Spider-Man. That's a video game, too. Does Legend of Zelda have, or Ocarina of Time have web slinging? No. Do they have a superhero that you can kind of relate to and then general mass knows who that is? Ask my mom. She doesn't know who Zelda and Link are, but then she knows who Spider-Man is. Who doesn't know Peter Parker? So I think it's a little bit more accessible for the casual audience, so a little bit easier to play, I think, now than you can play Ocarina of Time.
He didn't even use his 30 seconds.
Start me up.
He didn't even use his 30 seconds.
Didn't need to.
Start me up. Yeah, you're making your argument for me. Your mom doesn't know video games. Yeah, of course your mom doesn't know video games. She knows comic characters. She knows fucking TV shows. Of course she's not going to know Link and Zelda are. She's going to know who Spider-Man is because she's a comic book fan and a movie fan. I'm talking video games here. If you're a video game fan, you know fucking Ocarina is the best game of all time. I mean, come on. Look at Metacritic score. I'm all out of time.
He didn't even use his 30
He
seconds.
never does.
He's got 5 seconds.
I didn't know you wrote
Okay.
like the comments.
She doesn't.
You can't rebut.
Oh. You're right.
Man, she's got
Alright.
a collection.
Right, moving on.
All right, we're on to our third matchup, right? So
It's Scott's first time
Ori
talking.
and the Will of the Wisps. I've been looking forward to being able to talk about this game.
Alright.
And it's going up against the Tears of the Kingdom, which just came out this year.
Interesting.
All right, Scott, on your mark.
Oh my God.
Okay, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is my favorite Xbox One game from that generation of Xbox games. For exclusive to that, it's my second favorite of that entire generation of the console. So that's huge, and I think that everybody should give it a try. I'm a big fan of this genre of game too. Like, I played Super Meat Boy, I played a little bit of Hollow Knight, but Ori and the Will of the Wisp perfects it all. It takes the first Ori and the Blind Forest, and which I thought was kind of an average game, and Eric kind of struggled with that one, but Ori and the Will of the Wisps is way better than the first game, and I think everybody should give this game a chance to play, and I think they would love it. The graphics are amazing. The music is unbelievable. It has one of the best soundtracks. I've listened to the soundtrack like 20 times at least. Like, I always listen to it at work, and I'm about out of time. So, yeah.
Before we move on, Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
You can't just say something like that and like expect
What?
no one to ask questions. What is Super Meat Boy?
Never heard of that? It's
Oh,
a
that's
very,
awesome.
very hard platformer. Like, it's really a platformer,
Yeah,
right? It's like super hard, yeah.
Yeah.
It's super hard.
Is there a boy of meat?
That's the main
Yeah,
character.
it's the main character.
Yeah, he's just a slab of meat, and he like slides on the walls and
Yeah.
stuff.
That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
No, it's a really hard game. Really
Super
hard.
Meat Boy.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
villain is Dr. Fetus.
If you beat it, I'll give you. I know you're good at video games, Dominic. If you can beat it, I'll give you props. Big props. It's a very hard game to beat.
Well, yeah, I mean, I beat there's like different worlds. So I beat the light world, which is like the main game, but then there's a whole dark world, and there's a second ending if you can beat that. And yeah, I got through like half of the dark world. And
I think it came out in the mid 2010s,
that was-
maybe early 2010s.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a 360 era game, I think.
He's been
Alright.
doing this.
All right, Tears of the Kingdom. Eric, on your mark.
Alright, go ahead. Yeah, I mean, Ori and Will of the Wisps, that game will just make you fucking miserable. If you want to see miserable, go watch my fucking stream of Ori and the Blind Forest. I mean, that game is fucking horrible. I can't fucking stand it. Tears of the Kingdom, yeah, you know, once again, Nintendo strikes again. One of the greatest games. Just improves on everything Breath of the Wild did. I mean, anybody who played Breath of the Wild knew that that game was like generational, and Tears of the Kingdom just improved on pretty much everything with that. It added, you know, the sky element, and then it added the underground element. You know, it had all kinds of great boss fights, and what do you call them? The Colossuses or whatever, the Colossi. What the fuck they called?
Can
Help me out here,
I can help
Fred.
you in your thing.
Whatever the fucking 4 dungeons, it fucking got that shit again. So
Time's up.
All right, Scott. 30 seconds for the rebuttal.
Yeah, I think it's a big mark that Eric hasn't beaten Tears of the Kingdom. He hasn't even, you haven't even beaten more than one of the temples or whatever. So that's a big issue, I think, where I've like almost 100%ed Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I don't think Ori should be knocked for being a kind of difficult game. And like I said, the second game improved on it way more. Yeah, Ori and the Will of the Wisps boss fights are amazing. Like, they're Elden Ring
Done.
level boss fights.
All right, Eric.
okay, go ahead. Yeah, no, Tears of the Kingdom. It's I got nothing.
Metacritic score. Metacritic.
Metacritic score, yeah, fucking 90. What was it? 98 on Metacritic, I think. So speaks for itself. But yeah, I don't know much of an argument. I got too many games going today, so.
Ooh.
What are the 5 highest
Long day
rated?
at work.
What are the 5 highest rated games of all time, Scott? Exactly. I think it might be up there. I'm trying to help you out here,
Yeah, go ahead.
Over. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Last matchup will be Halo 2, presented by Scott, versus Forza Horizon 5, presented by Eric. Scott, will go with you first. On your mark.
Alright. Halo 2, it just took everything that Halo did and it brought it to another level. You know, like, I think Halo 2 is the first time that the energy sword was playable as a weapon, which was awesome. Dual wielding, it brought that in. It was one of the first person shooters with that in it. And that's what makes Halo 2 stand out. I remember also just a lot of nostalgia for this game. Like Dominic and I think Brett, you'd come over too sometimes, and we would play like after school. We would be playing. I remember Midship was the big map that we used to play a lot on, and there's Zanzibar. And that's kind of rare that I remember these multiplayer maps from this game from so long ago, and that they really hold up. These multiplayer maps do, and yeah, it was a great game. It had a great campaign too. It was nice and short, and you can beat it in like 10 hours.
What else maps were there?
Wasn't there, what's it called, Lockdown? That's my favorite
Oh
one.
yeah, the snow one.
With the blue?
bubbles on it. Yeah. That was a good one.
Was that 2 or was that 1?
That was
I think
2.
that was two.
I think it might have been all of them.
Yeah.
No, that was the classic. That was like the first one I remember
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
on
that one was
360.
awesome.
Did you hear the snow?
Well, what was the one like the canyon or whatever?
Blood Gulch?
Yeah, Blood Gulch, yeah.
That was it.
I like that, was it Coagulation?
Mm-hmm.
That was the one that nobody ever got to play because it was like for like only like big team battle with all the Wraiths and the Scorpions.
Yeah.
I like that
I'm
one.
surprised you brought a midship. I'm surprised midship isn't suppressed.
Oh, is that the sniper one?
No, that's the very.
No, that was in Halo 1. The one
Oh,
you're
that was
talking about.
boarding ship or something.
Yeah. This ship was in the
Yeah,
Covenant
it was
ship.
the Covenant.
So like
It was a
pur-
smaller.
It was like
map.
purple. And you had that long bridge.
Yeah,
that,
we
like, over
played it
top.
a lot because it was smaller. So like, because we just played co-op, like we didn't play online multiplayer. We just played the split screen. Like,
Yeah, that was the first multiplayer game I ever played was Halo 2.
yeah.
Okay. Alright, Eric.
All right, go ahead. Forza Horizon 5. It was developed by Playground Games. It was set in Mexico.
Oh.
The game received critical acclaim and became commercial
Ah,
success.
Wikipedia, huh?
You liked Forza Horizon, right? You played these games, right?
Yeah, no, I like Forza Horizon. I mean, it launched out pretty.
Like you bumped these.
He's going
up
off his
before,
notes right now.
right?
Scott. You're
Scott,
smacking
you
him.
let him
He's going
talk.
off- he's going off his
Yeah, it
notes.
made me laugh. I can't. It lost over 10 million players in the first week. I mean, this
What a great game.
this game went off to a great commercial success.
What else do you know to say?
Won IGN's Game of the Year award, and 3 jury voted awards at Game Awards 2021. I mean, I'm making a great argument for Scott's game here. So
You love this game. It's time. Alright, Scott, 30-second rebuttal against your own game. Alright, ready? Whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Forza Horizon 5, I played it for a couple hours, and it's a cool racing game. But yeah, it's cars, and if you're a niche gamer, then yeah, you might like Forza Horizon 5 with the racing, and it incorporates some video game elements like the collection of cars and driving around an open world, which was cool. But Halo 2 is just like, I think, based on my argument, like is great.
man, I think Scott just made an argument for Forza Horizon 5 there.
Yeah.
It sounded like.
Well, you were kind of
No.
struggling enough for
I
yourself.
thought I was doing pretty good.
Alright, Eric, you're up.
Alright, go ahead. The map contains active caldera, volcanoes, jungles and beaches, ancient Mayan temples, and towns and cities such as Guanajuato. Yeah, no, this game was actually really fun. I like the soundtrack on this game because they have like so many different radio stations you can scroll through and stuff. Lots of different like racing modes, like drifts and shit. But no, this was one of my favorite racing games of all time, to be honest. So,
Does it beat Underground 2?
nah,
That's what I was thinking should have been on there. It's Underground 2.
yeah.
Underground
Was
2
that one with the
good.
Get Low intro?
Underground 2.
No, that was
Oh, the
Snoop
first
Dogg
one.
Riders on the Storm.
Well, what was the
That
Get
was
Low? Was
on
that
Stone.
Need for Speed Underground, the first one?
I didn't play too much of the first one. I played a lot of the second
First
one.
one had a lot of TI, I think.
Well, yep. Mhm.
We were limited by the games we could choose, so we weren't really allowed to.
Dude, the game like the
EA
Skyline
games.
was fucking sweet because I was during like the Too Fast, Too Furious
Well,
era
Underground
too.
2 like took it to like another level.
It's open world.
Because Underground 1 was like, yeah, it was just like straight up races.
Like
Underground 2
yeah,
was
like
like
racing,
open
drag
world.
racing.
Yeah.
I got really hard into the
That
thing in
Nissan was like
college.
iconic and
Which was
fucking
fun.
Underground 2 too.
But yeah, that's why
I
we
wonder
don't
if it's on.
have.
I wonder if it's on the Battle Pass or the game store. I
You
don't
could
get
trick
it.
out all those
Yeah.
fucking cars with
Maybe.
side skirts and shit. Like the
It was detailed, man.
customization was crazy in that game.
Look at that. From what I
Lights, fucking
remember,
hydraulics.
graphics weren't that bad either, from what I remember.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
racing game though.
I mean, for back then, they looked really fucking good.
All right. Well, that's our next quarter of the bracket. So just to recap: GTA 5 versus Metroid Prime, Ocarina of Time versus Marvel Spider-Man, Ori Will and the Wisp versus Tears of the Kingdom, and Halo 2 versus Forza Horizon 5.
Just so everyone's clear, you know, I'm not trying to use all my argument points in the first round since I gotta argue when like these games make it through. So just focus my games because I got a lot better arguments next round. I'm just saving it for next round. I don't have to repeat the same argument.
So when the video goes up on YouTube, then we will post the polls on Twitter like we did last time, or X, it's called now, and you guys can vote.
I want to say too, guys. I don't want to have pity points like Eric was trying to say, but like, I only have Grand Theft Auto, and they told me that I'm only allowed to do the show as long as Grand Theft Auto survives. So I don't want to say vote for me, but if you did like me on the show, naturally vote for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it might be Metroid Prime. We'll see.
Then what do we got?
Metroid Prime's probably underdog there. Ocarina's gonna work fast though. So.
What's your argument around two? You got a flute that you can play in the game?
It's gotta get past Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're past Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Gotta get past the comic book.
Yeah, that was crazy because you referenced, you said that she knows it from the TV shows and the movies, but you didn't say it was comics.
No, I did say comics.
You said it in your second argument.
She reads all those fucking comics.
I thought I knew that about your mom.
Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Whoa.
Do my mom's name. No, that's a Will Smith joke.
Yeah, from
the
what was it,
Oscars.
the awards.
Yeah, the Oscars. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Scott, take over the show.
Yeah, I guess for next times, our matchups would be Breath of the Wild versus Morrowind. We changed Wasteland 3 to Morrowind because Wasteland 3 did release on other consoles, and Morrowind was Xbox exclusive. So I was very happy to be able to put Morrowind in there because I like that game a lot.
I think you should be able to put StarCraft where you want to.
I think it would be cool, but I wasn't allowed to. So.
Didn't come on Xbox.
I mean, we couldn't put Minecraft in here or Underground 2
Microsoft.
because they weren't.
Windows.
Yeah, but it was Xbox exclusive.
It's Microsoft nowadays. We're not confined to one title.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Microsoft.
I've tried to make this argument before too, but
I'll continue, Scott.
No, Scott. Now you have backup.
yeah.
Now we can make the argument again.
Yeah.
Man, I got a million games again next week too. Fuck.
You have two.
So, yeah, he's gonna be doing Breath of the Wild,
4, but someone's got to do one of mine.
Mario Odyssey versus Fire Emblem.
Guess Brett's gonna have to do Odyssey on that
Sacred
one.
I already have it marked down.
Tears.
Oh,
So who's going to be doing?
Do you
So
see the
you
initials?
have to do Fire Emblem because did you play Fire Emblem Sacred?
No, but I already have marked it.
What was it?
Oh yeah. So Brett's doing Mario Odyssey.
I'm gonna change this to Awakening.
Eric's
Mario Odyssey.
doing
Are you gonna be able to
Fire
argue for
Emblem
that?
I played it.
Awakening.
I beat it.
Is Mario Odyssey like the best Mario?
That's one he chose for it. We also chose another Mario game further down the bracket.
I feel like Luigi's Mansion.
Come on.
And then we finally have our first Pokemon
Yeah, I need
game.
to watch Mario. That's all it's on Peacock right now.
I've been using your Peacock.
Have you?
Katie and I watch weird movies. on
I saw
Peacock.
there was some shit fucking streaming on there. I was like, what the fuck is all this?
Weird
Like,
shit, man. We watch some weird shit on your Peacock. It's the worst
Like
movie
somebody
ever.
hacked into my shit. I was about to
No, but
change my password.
I told you, one day I went on it and somebody was like
Viking or some shit.
the Tour de
The Tour
France
de
was
France.
halfway watched. And like, who would be watching the Tour de France on your Peacock?
Nick used to be in the bike race and stuff. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if he has my password.
That was the Tour de France. It made no sense.
That's funny. Okay, third matchup, we got Pokemon Red and Blue
Ooh.
versus Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ooh.
So Eric's doing Pokemon, Brett's doing Horizon.
Childhood versus.
And the last one is Hi-Fi Rush, which came out this year, and I'm going to be doing, versus Final Fantasy VII Remake.
What's the main character's name in Hi-Fi
That will
Rush?
be Brett. What's that?
What's the main character's name in Hi-Fi Rush?
It is... Oh my goodness.
You already lost the week.
I'll have it for next time.
Already lost the week before.
They need their notes.
That's right, yeah, we need our notes. So...
You could have lied and people would have believed you. You could have just said Steven.
Yeah, no one's
Maybe,
played it.
but then if people try to fact check me, then I think that would look worse. So yeah, that'll be the matchups for next time. I've got 2 of them. Brett's doing 3. Eric's doing 3.
What else we got for today on the docket?
What do we have for today? We've got what we've been playing. Brett, you've got 2 games that you've finished recently. You wanted to give review scores for worth the dip? scores for?
Yeah, very quickly. I did finish Dead Space, the remake. Came out, I think, in January of this year. I never played the original one. It came out back in the 360 PS3 era. But I thought it was really cool. Enjoyed the combat. It wasn't long, like 12, 14 hours to beat it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think if you play the original Dead Space, you should definitely play the remake. For my first time playing it, I gave it 4 out of 5 dips.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I've actually played that game. I've beaten it twice. The original one.
4 dips.
Yep. But it's not the 5 out of 5 dips, but for me, 4 out of 5
Yeah,
dips.
I really liked Dead Space when I played it.
Yeah, that's scary, and yeah, if you play like during like Halloween when you kind of like you're in the mood,
Mm-hmm.
and if it give you a couple of jump scares. So
Yeah, Dead Space 2 I think was the best of that trilogy, so it'll be. I would
Yeah,
say
well,
if you
Dead-
play
nobody
one,
talks about Dead
you
Space
should go
3.
to Dead Space 2.
I did play Dead Space 3, but not too much of it. And then the second one, I finished Dying Light 2. God, that story was all over the place. The parkour is probably the best part of the game. If you enjoy the parkour of Dying Light 1, you enjoy it for Dying Light 2, but the story was all over. Yeah, it was all over. Couldn't really get into it. I was pretty much skipping cutscenes. Graphically, the game looks really good. I know they're going to update that game for the next 4 or 5 years, supposedly. But yeah, no, I just couldn't wait to finish that game. The characters didn't really make me interested more in the story, so I give it 3 dips.
3 dips out of 5.
No, let me take that back. 2 dips.
Oh.
I called it. I called it.
2
2 dips.
Yeah.
2 games that I have yet to finish, but Dead Space I'm very far into. Dying Light, once you get to the parachute in that, I didn't want to parachute around.
Dying Light 2 or Dying Light 1?
2.
Yeah, the
I
paraglider.
I didn't want to do that, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm not going to learn to do this, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, so you got to the new like area,
Yeah.
and then it kind of the story just wasn't. God, it didn't grab me. And it was kind of going on and on. So many dumb chasing scenes, and I just couldn't wait for it to end, honestly. So yeah, I give it 2 dips out of 5.
Dominic, you want to give a review on Diablo?
Oh, Diablo 4.
Diablo 4 was really, really fun until you had to continue grinding. I mean, you get your money's worth, but I would not want to continue playing like I have.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I was like 200 or 100 hours? I think I was like 100 something hours in, and then the patch came out. I was like only up to like level 80. Then the patch came out. They made it harder to level up. You know, I'm already fucking 100 something level or 100 something hours in, only level 80. And it's like I want to eventually get to the end game and like grind for my gear, because you can't grind for your gear when you keep leveling up. And you know, that's like the whole point of those type of games is you want to get to like the end game and get good gear. You can't do that when you gotta fucking spend 200 hours fucking leveling just to get to the end game.
I would say
And
I'd
then-
still give 4 dips though.
Yeah, well, I'd give it probably 3, but the other problem was as soon as the fucking season 1 came out, then you have to fucking start a new character over again. And I'm like, I'm not even fucking finished with my first character. So, yeah, no, they kind of fucked up the end game with that game, I think, in my opinion. But
Okay.
I don't know how everyone else has been kind of reviewing it lately, but
I just beat the campaign of it, and yeah, I liked the campaign. It was cool. I liked what I played.
For the
But
cutscene.
yeah, I didn't keep playing. Like,
One of them.
you know, in Diablo 2 and 3, I did play a little bit past the main campaign, and I would try out the higher world theaters. But like after I beat the campaign of 4, I was kind of done with it. Like at that point, I didn't really want to keep doing the grind.
That cutscene though, when what's his face goes and fights Lil.
Yeah,
the
campaign was cool.
That was pretty
but,
awesome.
Like I want to play that game for the end game.
Yeah, they had some awesome cutscenes.
The angel goes into angel mode.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that was cool. Spoilers.
What? What?
Oh,
Angel
you
went
didn't
into
play it?
angel mode?
The angel goes into angel mode.
I mean, hey,
Spoiler.
Dude goes into angel mode.
But yeah, I know my brother said he's starting to play too. So yeah, we shouldn't give any.
Does he need a clan invite?
Yeah, he probably could use one.
But yeah, I've been playing Pikmin 4.
Okay.
I haven't beat it or anything, but I'm probably like a good 15 hours into it at least. And so far, it seems like it's like the deepest Pikmin yet, and the best. I mean, it's got a lot of new like game modes, like the Dandori battles and shit. Like those weren't in the old games. It's got that dog now that you can kind of ride with all your Pikmin, which makes it a lot easier. Because like in the previous games, your Pikmin would get like stuck on the side of shit, and you know you'd lose Pikmin at the end of the night. But now you can jump them all on your dog, so you're not worried about them like getting cut off by obstacles and stuff. So that's cool, but you know, I'm really liking it. I don't want to give a review on it yet because I haven't beat it. But, but now I think it's the best Pikmin yet, at least from what I've played so far. So I'll check it out, Brett.
I should.
I should have bought the fucking physical so you could just borrowed it, but
There's a lot of
I've
games.
never
Yeah,
played
I played.
the
Did you get a
physical
deal
anymore.
on it though?
Yeah, I did. I got like that the fucking game voucher.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned on.
I think for me, like Nintendo games, I always want to buy physical because of the value
So
that they
do I
hold.
usually, but I only did it because of the
Super
voucher
Smash
things.
Bros.
I got like 2 games for $100.
Yeah, no, they don't decrease in
Value
value.
Mansion.
They don't.
Yeah.
They actually like hold in value.
And I won't trade them in. Like I'll keep like I have the two Legend of Zelda's for the Switch. I have Mario Odyssey. Like I mean, just wait. You know, as we become more collectors of items in the future.
Yeah.
That's what I'm planning on. But yeah, they hold their value compared to the
Thank you,
Sony
boy.
Microsoft games. But yeah, so I'm working on. I get back to Final Fantasy 16, and then Armored Core comes out at the end of August,
Oh, yeah.
and then I think that's going into our next topic, right, Scott?
Yeah, so I just got Baldur's Gate 3, which just came out for PC yesterday. And so I'm only I just beat the first area, which was part of the early access. The early access, it's been in early access for 2 years, and finally now they've fully released the game. The early access was the first act of the game.
And saves don't
Now
carry
they
over
got-
though.
Yeah, the saves are not carrying over, so people have to redo their progress. I didn't really play early access, so I wanted to wait until this game fully came out to play it. And I'm gonna try committing to beating this one. I've dabbled with Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I haven't beaten them. Usually, Baldur's Gate 3 is a different style game than those first 2 games. Because those first 2 games were real time with stop, kind of like a Dragon Age type of thing, where you kind of order you guys what to do, you stop it, you order you guys what to do, commands you want, and then they'll do them. And there was a structured turn order, so some spells could happen in a certain order or whatever. But this third game is strictly turn based, so you've got what character they roll initiative. It's based off of the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, where the first 2 games were 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons. So much vastly improved user interface, which definitely is going to hold up better, I think, going forward. And I think it's pretty easy to use. I know not everybody is into turn-based strategy games, which this one is. And it is a role-playing game too, but max level, in Dungeons and Dragons, max level is 20, and this game, for the main campaign, the max level is 10. So it's not like Diablo where you're power leveling always. This is a game where you have to be very strategic when you do level up about what spells you're picking, and it's more of a strategy game where you're strategizing.
It's really choice based, isn't it?
Battle. as it comes up. Yeah, there are battles where you have to do strategic battles, and there's also choices. So you'll have a lot of dialogue where you're choosing what to say in certain situations. And I like those types of games. And this game had a really big budget. I know there was a lot of developers, like I saw reports that they were like complaining about the scope of Baldur's Gate, the fact that it was such a well funded, that they had so much time and funding with it. Like they voice acted like over 32,000 lines or something like that for Baldur's Gate 3, which was just an insane number. And these other developers are like, yeah, you don't expect that out of our games, please. Like, like we don't have this kind of budget or time to be able to pull off like all the systems that they put into Baldur's Gate 3. I've played it a little bit. It seems pretty good. I think it's gonna be great because I love where there's like your party members that can join you have like a disposition too, and you can romance them, or they can hate you and they'll leave you. You can kill anybody in the game. Yeah.
Yourself?
What's that?
Even yourself?
I don't think yourself, but they do have like a archetype that you can start with, where you're like have like a serial killer mind or whatever. It's really weird, like where like sometimes in the game something will come up and one of the like dialogue options will be like, oh, I like, you'll like look at this arm and they'll be like, oh, I want to chop off this arm, and like you can be like, and then they'll like do it, and then you're just carrying an arm around, and it's like a party member that you can't get then anymore. Like I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, the game looks really interesting. I wish it was like a March release or something though, because I can't justify buying it right now. I got too many games coming up between Madden, 2K, and Starfield.
I think we'll buy it.
Eventually, but
I think it comes out, if you pay for the deluxe edition, it comes out like 3 days early, like 72 hours early.
what's the
September
day it comes
2nd.
out on console?
September 6th.
Yeah, Starfield comes out.
Yes. Well, I think they
First
pushed
or
back the
something.
console release due to controller input, but then they pushed up the PC release to avoid Starfield.
Get away from stuff.
So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna get that. Yeah, I'm gonna get Armored Core August 25th, and then Baldur's Gate probably, then 2K, because I know we're all gonna play it.
This shit
And
is so packed right now. It's
And then
ridiculous.
and then I'll play the Madden trial on EA Play, but then Spiderman comes out in October, so that's kind of like the game. So I plan to be getting.
I kind of want to try out Armored Core too, but it's
I
like
do
I
too.
can't get
I
that.
can't-
I can't get it though. I gotta wait.
There's no time
Yeah.
for me to play Armored
Starfield's
Core.
gonna be too. I'm gonna be too.
I'm
busy
just
with
debating if I
that
should buy it
2K.
physical. I usually buy my From Software games physical, but I don't want to wait till 10 o'clock to go pick it up from like Best Buy or something.
I
That's
am
Yeah.
so out on like physical games, except for like you said Nintendo games. Like I still like to get those physical. Only the last two I didn't because of the deal I had, but
I'm just getting lazy having to get up and change my fucking disc out all the time.
that's so much
like,
easier.
yeah.
And you get fucking
And preloading.
You
get
get like
preloading.
cheaper fucking digital too now,
Yeah.
like, especially if you wait. But
But like, if I wait till 10 a.m. in the morning to go get Armored Core, the time that downloads to like noon. Whereas I can have it preloaded.
You're gonna go
and
with
then
all the
midnight.
fucking like 18-year-olds to get the midnight release.
Yeah, I don't think they even really do that anymore, but
Probably not.
they switched to like 9 p.m. like right before COVID. And that was cool. That's when we got like, Animal Crossing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and then they kind of I don't think they really do that anymore. Besides Call of Duty, Madden probably will have it.
That'd be nice if they opened at like 8 a.m.
That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet. But yeah, that's kind of like on my radar for the next couple months.
Yeah.
So
When's Spiderman come out?
October or something. And
So fucking-
I
was
don't
there anything in September? Well, I mean, I remember
2K,
late
Baldur's
August.
Gate,
Oh, 2K September?
Yes.
September 8th,
I told you to take those days off.
Wait, when did you say Armored Core was?
August 25th.
Who's taking 2K day off?
I was thinking. Well,
I wasn't planning on it.
I was gonna take a day off. I might get like that week after.
I need a vacation, so I'm taking that weekend off.
Yeah, I still got to talk to my boss. So I
I
got,
still gotta
I think I
talk
got
to
some days to burn. So.
You do. You said you do. And you ain't gonna use them because you're a good employee.
No, I'm gonna use them. Fuck that. I ain't fucking just getting paid out.
But are we having an arms race though, like to see who can get the highest, like the highest overall?
Get the wallet out.
No, I don't think it's fair either because that's when I start to slow down at work too. I'm looking forward to 2K because it seems like a game I can play while I work because like I can
Oh
press
yeah.
pause.
Dominic's gonna leave us all in the dust because you're gonna be playing while he works. So.
I mean,
do not listen to this if you work with Dominic.
well, I mean, I have the first 4 days off, so it's
Oh.
like I probably get burned out anyway. But like, it's a game that I can play for 2 minutes, press pause, come back, play for 2 minutes, press pause. 4 hours later, I get through one game.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for 2K. It's been a while since we were in the
I'm
squad.
excited.
Shaq said he's gonna be small forward.
Shaq said you getting it now?
Yeah, when he was over, I was like, "You getting?"
Oh,
He's like,
that's-
"I was like, we need a small forward," and he's like, "If that's the case."
Is Jared, would he be into basketball now?
No.
No.
No. Sorry, Scott. No.
I mean, since we can do cross-platform now.
Yeah.
You versus Jared
He
one-on-one
could play.
to see who makes the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. He will not be getting it. But he's getting Baldur's Gate though. I think he's going to double
Okay,
dip. He
that's
got on
cool,
PC.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear his thoughts then.
Yeah.
Since we'll go
But that's why I might get it too. Is just like be able to co-op with him and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
because you can do
I don't think
4 players.
But I don't think it's cross-platform though. So you have to have like the actual like console or like I don't think it's cross-platform. I know it's co-op.
You can
with the 4 players,
I know
but
when I started the game up, it said you could do like set up an account with Larian, and then like if you had another copy of the game on another system, it
Is there
would
any other topics
show
you got
it
today?
there. So
Madden.
like you could do your saves.
Yeah, that's,
You gonna talk about
Madden?
Madden?
Madden 10-hour free trial. Anybody?
yeah, I think the 10-hour trial might be the same release date as like the deluxe edition, maybe. I don't know. It's so
Okay.
confusing. I like try to figure that shit out, and
Yeah.
you can never like find it
Well-
online accurately. But I think 15th might be the earliest you can get it, maybe, or 12th. I don't fucking
Okay.
know, but it's that week.
so like a week and a half.
I always
Yeah, something like that.
look up what new things they're adding to the franchise mode because I always like the old franchise modes. It looked like they had some pretty good ones. Like they finally, the trade logic badly needed upgrade, and it
They brought
sounds
back
like
training camps. I saw that.
Yes,
Cool.
that's the other thing I think was awesome because I loved those.
Yeah, that and then
So nice.
I wish they would like make it
Sure,
like
so.
co-op, like local co-op though, like kind of like 2K, you know? 'Cause
Yeah,
they used to have it like that. It's like they took away all these
Oh.
features, now they're bringing them back like they're doing something. Like,
it's like,
it's like why'd you take them away in the first
what
place?
it was.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Next thing you know, they're gonna bring back like that radio shit. Did you used to play
2005.
Yeah, like
It was a Jim Rome show.
Was it Jim Rome?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I remember they had the fucking radio show and that.
but yeah,
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah, they're gonna
getting-
bring it back like, oh yeah, look what we did.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a Jim Rome
Radio.
show. I'm pretty sure.
Jim Rome's burning.
I don't think it was Jim Rome. I think it was like
The
just
Rich
some
Eisen?
That might have
No,
done
it was just like some random made up.
Are you
NFL
sure?
2K5.
I don't think it was some
They had
random
the
made up
ESPN.
show, but
I thought 2K had the ESPN stuff when they used
Let me
to
see.
do.
Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I was plugging Jim Rome for
I
that.
thought it was just like some made up show, but maybe it was Jim Rome. I might not have known Jim Rome back then. So.
Yeah, Madden always had like the newspaper things where you can see they'd have like these
Yeah.
newspaper
Do
articles.
you remember Madden
there.
cards like in like 03, 04 when you used to be able to get those cards that would make your game absolutely wonky?
The Madden card?
Oh yeah.
You could be like plus 200% on interceptions, plus
Oh,
200% on injuries,
Yeah.
and they used to be cards you could get and use for the game.
I remember when you could like create a player on those older games, and you can make like just some fucking monster.
Yeah,
Monster.
99
everything. That's what we
Fucking
do.
monster.
I had like my whole family on my team when we go 16-0 every year.
I could make like a fucking like 350-pound fucking 99 speed.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Dude, right dudes.
Tony Bruno. That was in the
Yeah,
that was
that's
Tony
okay,
Bruno.
yeah, Tony Bruno.
Yeah,
The
okay,
Tony
yeah.
Bruno shit.
Yeah, that was it. It wasn't Jim Rome.
Yeah, they're gonna bring that back and be like, oh look, we brought you a radio show. We've never done this before.
Dude, they like made the franchise mode worse.
I heard
that
they-
you could upgrade your stadiums, add
Yeah.
stuff to it.
Well, I heard
They're
NCAA
starting to bring that.
I heard
stuff
NCAA
back,
football might be in trouble for
Uh-oh.
the video games because like the players are complaining because they're not getting enough royalties on the game.
Like the NIL
but
stuff.
There's
Yeah.
so many players.
Yeah,
now,
they get royalties on the fucking
Yeah, it's unfortunate for you, but there's 8 billion of you little athletes running around.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to get like 2,000 a player or something. We're not getting enough.
I mean, there's probably a few that are making a stinker about it.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, that's the one thing that used to drive me
Yeah.
crazy about the NCAA was that it was always about like the number.
Yeah.
We didn't like you know it was like Matt Leinart, but then it was just number 11, and
Yeah.
that's always bugged me. I'm like,
Well, I don't know why they don't just make it numbers again. They wouldn't have
Let's
to.
go Penguins.
Would they even have to pay them? if they
Go
fucking
Penguins.
made
yeah,
numbers
I was a
again?
Georgia State Lightning.
Alaska State.
That's right.
Would they have to play the
North Pole
Would they have to
State.
pay the
North Pole
players?
State.
Yeah,
you're
pay the
North
numbers
Pole
again
State
though.
Killer
I don't
Penguins.
think they're making the numbers. Would they have to pay the players?
Let's go Penguins. Were you, Scott?
I
No,
had
I don't think
Hawaii
so.
State,
Yeah, it's fucking
the,
making the
like
number.
Pelicans, I think it was. Hawaii State Pelicans.
But you know, Dominic cheated though, 'cause he put himself in the easiest fucking conference.
How's that cheating?
Boise State. Yeah, it was.
How's that cheating?
And you're winning
I remember-
championships,
yeah.
all of it was trash, and
I
then
think we were in the WAC, and then eventually you kept winning, and you moved to a
Yeah,
big
WAC.
conference. Then eventually,
no, because he would have the best records, and then when it comes to recruiting, then he will get everybody because he was at the best school.
I'll be
And
Ohio
then-
State. You guys are.
It was so annoying. Like, I'm playing like the SEC or something. Scott's playing like the Pac-12, and he's over there in the Mountain West or whatever.
Yeah,
and-
he's got to beat teams to like get into the championship. Right?
Yeah, but
He's gotta beat real
if
teams.
I go 13-1, I still got a better record than these guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We have like a juggernaut like his schedule. He's playing like
Yeah.
Wichita State.
I think I was in
With
the
Ted
MAC.
Lasso,
No, I
being
think
a
I was
beat
in
the
the MAC.
best.
I think I was in the MAC.
Were you?
I think
I
I
just
was like,
swore you were in the same
Max.
conference as Boise State, maybe.
Boise State was ranked at one point in time.
Yeah,
That would have been the time we were playing.
I guess so.
They got one.
But that was it, though. It was just Boise State. Maybe you were in the MAC.
I was in Ohio.
Or the
I was based out of Ohio.
okay.
Do you guys think they're gonna make this game where they?
Yeah, I
actually,
think so. Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna fuck it up?
If you want the pipeline.
You guys think they're gonna
Ohio.
fuck this game up and not have like co-op dynasty mode?
That's EA. I wouldn't run anything past them.
Yeah,
So it would be mad.
it's like what everyone wants,
At least not
and
bad.
they won't have it because it's fucking EA.
Yeah.
Because Madden doesn't have couch co-op. So.
Yeah.
Alright, down here.
Yeah.
Vote for Grand Theft Auto.
So yeah, I guess that's all we got. I mean, I'm happy that Baldur's Gate's out because I was happy to play. I beat StarCraft, the original one, because I've had StarCraft remastered for a few years, and I was like, I want to go back through that. And yeah, I just had a ton of fun when I started playing through that campaign again, and I beat it. And then I played through Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster because I got all those Pixel Remaster games, and I beat the second one of that. So I've beaten 1 and 2 of the Pixel Remasters, which are pretty cool. I want to do a nostalgia hour on 1 because I got a pretty cool idea for how to do that. But and I think people would enjoy that one. So yeah, that's gonna be a wrap, and we'll catch up with everybody in 2 weeks. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. If you want Dominic to keep coming on.
For Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, for Grand
That's
Theft Auto.
right. And
Well, you
yeah,
did better
like
than
the
Nick,
video.
so hear yourself so
I mean, if people really like Dominic, then Grand Theft Auto won the whole tournament. Who knows?
That's right.
I mean, it very well could. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
the highest?
A vote for Grand Theft Auto is a vote for Dominic.
And also to let people know, the app that the polls are going on is no longer called Twitter. It's called X because Elon
Dude,
Musk.
that's such a stupid move. I don't, like, I look at that app and I'm like, I don't even want to open this. I like
It's rough.
Twitter was cool.
It is.
You know he loves X, right? Like he's
You
infatuated
can't even
with
fucking
X.
put out tweets anymore.
SpaceX.
Yeah.
Posts.
It's like
I think
his
called
brand.
posts.
I think he tried to change the name of
Repost.
PayPal to X at one point in time.
I wouldn't
He
surprise
fucking
me.
loves that. He's a fucking weirdo.
It's-
He is a weird dude.
Alright, well, I know we're not a political show, so.
So, but yeah, that's
It's
where.
not political.
Let's say, yeah,
Fucking
weird.
weird.
But some people might like Elon Musk.
He's a weird dude. He's a weird fucking dude.
Yeah, we didn't-
I agree. I
He's
mean,
an
I'm
odd
never
dude.
got down
I
to
like Elon. He's just an odd
If
dude.
you were to tell me he was an alien, I would believe it. Like if they were aliens are real now or something like that, and
You
if
just
you were to
kinda
tell me
unzip
he was
himself?
one of them, monkey, I would. I didn't even have to unzip himself. Just take his shirt off and like he looks like a. Well, that's probably what I look like when I take my shirt off. So.
No, he's getting pretty
Oh, that's
shredded. He
right.
just put out posts like today. He's fucking curling 45s.
Oh man, pretty fast.
I still take suck.
I think Zuckerberg too.
Zuckerberg got choked out. God.
Yeah, but not by
No, you're fine.
Elon.
Elon will just fucking so.
I was watching a
Put
fight
all his weight
online.
on.
I was watching a fight online of like it was like a 6'4" heavy guy, just a bodybuilder, and he fought against like a 125-pound MMA fighter and got beat up. And that's what I thought of when he thinks he could beat up like the most skilled female MMA fighter.
No, I didn't say the most skilled.
Oh boy, this could open up a big can of
Yeah,
worms.
you're going
Real
to
names, real names.
Okay, so yeah, you don't have to make a new Twitter account or anything. for the X app, you can just log into it with the same credentials you use for Twitter.
Could you take
But
browsing?
you can go ahead, and if you're people that voted on Halo and none of the other games, please vote on the other games too. Give us, just let us know if you're listening to this video. Give a vote to all the games. So
And we're still on streaming platforms, right?
Well, so I put it on the audio things. The last episode was completely silent somehow. Like when I extracted the audio,
Yeah, I
it
noticed
was
that
just
too.
nothing.
I'm like, what the
So I
fuck?
just pulled it. Yeah, my
Wait,
brother.
on, like Spotify or something?
Like an
Yeah,
Apple.
yeah,
I'm
on
still
all
playing in
of
a
them.
shower.
They're tired
Yeah.
of they're tired of them deleting shit and putting
Right.
it back up.
But I'll try to
Yeah.
get it right this time.
You're right.
So-
Don't do that with me, buddy. Don't do that with
Hopefully
other
it's
people.
good. Okay,
Whoa,
I think
gross.
we're catching up. Hi, Rocky.
Rocky was eating
Cooper's
beer
down
He used to
here.
play Scratch Table all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye, bye. Man,
Vote for Grand Theft Auto.